Hi! At the Woodpecker today I will show you how I did my dirty laundry sorting cart. At home, my daughter does the laundry. As you can see, she sorts all the clothes on the floor, and she thinks it's a good idea to leave it like that for days. When she asked me to build a dirty laundry sorting cart, I ran to the computer and did a virtual design of it. Now that I have all the measurement and I'm happy with the design, I can start. Before starting the actual cart, I make the patterns for the tenants that I will use later on my Panther router. I start by marking round corners on a piece of oak. Cut them, send them to the line, and glue them. Now it's time to get my reclaimed wood and remove the nails and the screws that I can see. After that, I search with a metal detector. That's very useful when you recycle wood. I found a staple that I removed. Then I rough cut to length the 2x4 with a handsaw. Each piece goes through the jointer to get two faces straight at 90 degrees one of the other. Now it's time to cut the pieces to width. Damn! I hit a screw! Even with all the precaution I took, I missed a screw. This will cost me a new blade. Then I pass all the pieces in the thickness planner to make them all 1.25 inches square. Then I cut them to size. Now it's time to make the tenants. For that, I use my Panther router. Now it's time to switch tools and use my slot mortising machine. After all the adjustments are done, I do all the mortises. I dry assemble the cart so I can see if I made any mistakes. None, just like the plan. Now I have to make a jig for the screw holes. I drill a hole centered on the scrap piece. Then I put a colored carpenter's triangle on each mortise. When all the triangles are done, I drill the pieces. I drill all the mortise on the drill press. The tenants with a hand drill with the jig as a guide. Then I make the taps in the tenants. When all the taps are done, I do the die on the dowels. Now it's time to glue the frames. Taking particular care to make sure that they're square. Then I drill holes in the balls which will be glued in the wooden bolts. After that, I drill the big balls for the end of the sticks which will hold the bags. I cut and glue those sticks to the ball. I drill a hole in the center of a scrap piece to help me align the holes for the casters. Then again, I dry assemble the cart, but with the wooden bolts now. Everything's fine. It's time to round over the edges of all the pieces with a 1/4 round over bit. When every part is sanded, it's time for a coat of shellac. I'm using one of my old torn sods. Always keep them, they might be useful someday. After about an hour, the shellac is dry. It's time to move to my shop extension. It's a much bigger place, eh? I'm moving because my wife is sending our old walnut chair. We saved them from the garbage truck. I put 3 coats of water-based varnish, with a hand sanding between the coats with an abrasive pad. I'm letting everything dry for the final assembly. I put all the tenon inside the mortises before turning the cart and screwing the wooden bolts. The idea with those bolts is when my daughter will move, she can disassemble the cart. But if the cart become loose, I can always glue the bolts and tenons. The casters go inside their holes. That's the cart's finished. The wooden bar got loose. Now my lovely wife is making the bags for the laundry cart. She's using a whole couch for that. After the fabric is cut, ironed, and sewn, it's time to put the stick inside the bag and put the bag inside the cart. Thank you for watching, and see you next time for another episode of the Woodpecker.